Hello there.
As we ponder drastic countermeasures against the new profound darkness, an extra-dimensional planet lies waiting beyond a connected subspace. Its name, Earth. Following a series of disturbances that shook Earth to its core, the state of arcs had been changing. While photons exist, the profound darkness will return, no matter how many times it is slain. But we were closer than ever to pulling it out at the root and preventing anyone else from suffering in its cataclysmic wake. Xiao? We're here!
Haven't seen you two in ages. You look tense. Are you okay?
I'm good. We've all worked hard to reach this point. Guess I can't exactly tell you to relax. But don't worry, you two have my full support.
Okay, you two. It's time to take back Persona. While Persona is playing host to the profound darkness, it's still fighting its control. Every time Arx fights the profound darkness and starts to weaken it, Persona pushes back time. They rewind time to the point just before the profound darkness's revival, over and over again.
We can't just leave them like that. We have to save them, right?
Persona is the profound darkness's core. They still live on. Something you know better than anyone. Saving them won't be possible unless we sever their tie to the profound darkness. And even if we do save them, the profound darkness will seek out a new host body. It could make matters even worse. Our best bet is to erase the profound darkness altogether. We've just never had a way to do that. Until now, that is.
Exactly! Hitsugi's Ame no Murakumo is the key. The cleansing katana that purges evil. It saved Al and Mother when they were dark falls for a time. No reason this should be any different. Just do the same as before.
With their help, I've managed to analyze the Ame no Murakumo's abilities and replicate them. You're tied with Persona. Your weapon. Here it is. I entrust this power to you. You should be the one. The operation is straightforward enough. Cut through the profound darkness's core. If you can sever Persona from the profound darkness, the two of you can wake Persona up together.
Absolutely. I've got so very much to say. Right?
Emergency code due.
I'm sorry.
Show yourself! Completed!
I'm getting readings from Persona. You take it from here.
Right. It's time for us to... What's this? Why is it getting all bendy?
Space-time interference? Where is it trying to jump? And why?
Checking over.
Calm down, Sierra. There's nothing to trace. No signs in the area. We've completely lost them.
Oh no! Report from Earth Guide. No sign of our friend on Earth either, they say. I see. An urgent transmission from an operator. Is this a telescopic image? Space is warping. Is it a black hole? Those aren't terribly rare, but... they sure don't just pop out of nowhere! It's not a star's gravitational collapse. It's an intermediate mass. Observed values are coming back negative. Its expansion velocity is crazy. If it keeps expanding at its current pace, it'll consume the whole universe! This black hole defies all logic! Oh, what's going on here? Does it have something to do with their disappearance? It's hard to rule it out based on the timing. I'll continue looking into both matters.
Sorry for the wait, ladies. I see you've been apprised about the black hole. That'll save me some time. I've got 2 pieces of news. First, the good news. We've located a reading.
Really? Then we have to save them!
Not so fast, Matoi. Next, the bad news. The reading is coming from inside the black hole. It's the one and only absolute rest frame, the origin point of the universe, where planet Xion used to reside. That's where the Guardian is.
Stop right there! You're a slippery one. But this game of tag is over. The deal's dead or alive! Waste her! What?
Don't take me lightly. I'm prepared to fight!
Corrupt, but still royalty. But you're taking us just as lightly, princess!
A summoning circle? He's a sorcerer? Who are you?
The hell are you? Then again, who cares? Mess with us and you're both dead meat!
More ephemera? Steel yourself, stranger!
Man, I just love this stuff! Can't get enough of it! Get a move on, summons! Stop them like the pests they are!
Slaying our foes is the only way we can get out of this now. May I please request your aid? Please, allow me to thank you again for your aid. I was in such a hurry to meet my brother, I failed to take heed of search parties. May I ask your name? I owe you my life. I do not exaggerate. I am being hunted by the ruler of this realm. Please, introduce yourself. My name is... That's quite enough of that, Lost Record. Well, now it is time to go ahead and whoop, back home. Huh? Is something wrong? Vanished. Goodness, who was that? Point? Are you okay? Does it hurt anywhere? Oh gosh!
Gone in a flash, back in a flash. I'm glad you're safe. Could you fill us in on what happened?
You're barking up the wrong tree. Sorry to send them back without warning. I was kind of in a hurry.
How did you get in here?
How? Well, I just went, whoop, and here I am. Oh dear, did I barge in on a private conversation? I should know to knock before entering a room. Silly me, I've just been alone for so long, common sense doesn't even occur to me. I'm not getting any teleport readings. She's not Arcs. From these readings, she's a body comprised entirely of photons? Well, she's not a full spawn. Do you know her? Wow, you all look so wary.
Who are you?
Oh, duh! You don't know who I am. Sorry, that didn't even cross my mind. I'm Alma. Would it be clearer if I called myself the original Claris Crace? Right now, I'm Alma, though. I'd like it if you'd call me that.
Claris Grace the First? I thought she was dead.
Oh, my body's long gone. I'm like all photons now. I'm sure you know this, but my old body got busted up by Luther. Not my mind, though. The photons never vanished. I've been together with the Akashic Records ever since. Basically, I guess you could say that after I died, I turned into an Akashic Records ghost. What could prove it? Is there anything that can? Oh, I've got it! I'll show you my specialty. Watch closely now. 3, 2, 1. Boom! What? But how? That's not teleportation! We felt this sensation before. The technique Luther used to control time? Yup. He fiddled around with me and finagled a way to copy that, I guess. By the way, if you call that a technique, Cassie will get super fussy and be all like, "It's magic, damn it!" Reggie and Mary would always shake their heads and act totally stumped. Oh yeah, Reggie and Mary are still around, right? They'd know who I am. I'm sorry. Reggie? Mary? Who are you talking about? I mean Regius and Maria. They're still alive and kicking, right? They wouldn't appreciate those nicknames. You can tell, huh? They always did tell me to knock it off with those.
They're both out on assignment. We won't be able to see them for a while.
Oh, that's a shame. Wait, meeting them wouldn't help anyway. They're not tied to Shion, so they wouldn't see me. You know Shion? Totally! We spent a lot of time together. I know about Xiao, too.
So people can only see you if they have a tie to Shion. Is that why you came to us? Akashic Records ghost?
Yep. The way things are now, you're the only ones who can sense me. And you're the only ones who can do something about what's going on. I know this must be hard for you to swallow. I'll tell you everything I know. Could you at least hear me out?
Let's review. Sierra, run an expansion progress simulation based on the new black hole's present status.
Yes, sir! Putting it on the monitor. This is the new black hole that popped up at the same time that you went missing. And this is a prediction assembled from a Florenberg black hole analysis based on present information. Everything's getting swallowed. The world will turn all black. Conventional black holes do not expand at this velocity. Something's clearly up here.
Alma, tell me something. You called yourself a ghost of the Akashic Records. This return was undoubtedly due to your power. The readings were inside the black hole. So it stands to reason that you were in there. And you came from there. Tell me, what's in there? Where does that black hole lead?
I think you know the answer to that, Xiao. There's only one thing there. The location where the planet Xi'an used to be. The origin point. The birthplace of the universe. It's the Akashic Records itself. And you got lost on that world. Let's call it Omega for convenience's sake. The world of Omega is the Akashic Records made manifest. Maybe it would be easier to say it's what the Akashic Records dreams of. Records made manifest? Does that mean that the string of events on Earth, that ether has something to do with this? Probably. Photons are tied to the Akashic Records. I bet photons fused with aether that became altered on Earth, and that's why they got all crazy. But I thought the Akashic Records were Xi'an. And well, you're a little off. Xi'an is Xi'an. The Akashic Records are the Akashic Records. It's true that with Xi'an gone, there's no one left who can access the Akashic Records. But the Akashic Records are still there. It's just that there's nobody left to see them. The universe is still being recorded. So basically, the Akashic Records are a library, and Xi'an's a librarian? Oh, good one! That's a perfect comparison, I'd say. The library still stands, even if there's nobody around to manage it. Nobody was supposed to be able to access the Akashic Records to begin with. But the Akashic Records have manifested themselves as a single world, Omega.
The profound darkness jumped to this visible manifestation of the Akashic Records and fused with it, thus leading to the creation of a potentially universe-consuming black hole, I take it.
Dreams are what we see when our brains are organizing our memories. It's the same for the Akashic Records. I think the Akashic Records are dreaming while sifting through its memories of the whole universe. That dream has taken shape. Well, actually, it's a little more complicated than that. The thing is, malice has entered the dream. If we don't do something, everything's gonna be engulfed in darkness. The past, the future, all creation as we know it. That's why I came here. I'm gone now, but I still want to see the future that all of you and Xi'an worked to weave. I think I've covered everything I can explain. Would you be willing to help me out? Thank you.
profound darkness has infiltrated the Akashic records. We have to slay it and sever their link. It's straightforward enough work. No different from what we've been doing so far. The thing is, I'm coming up blank as far as how to get there, and what Omega's condition is. First off, how do we physically reach Omega? There are no ARC ships capable of probing into a black hole.
Easy! We stopped time for the launch!
Why am I not surprised you can do that? Is it every Claris Crae's job to pull ludicrously crazy stunts?
Sorry, I think I'm lost. Basically, gravity doesn't apply when time is stopped. We bypass the black hole's innate supergravity by stopping time. Then, we send you to Omega. The theory is sound, sure, but it's still crazy.
It's not crazy at all. I got someone out, so there's nothing stopping me from sending someone back in. Not gonna lie, though, it'll be exhausting to do alone. It would be so much easier if Claris Crae's were here. So, second, could you give me a hand?
Who? Me?
I could use another photon manipulation expert. You'll do fine, really.
Oh, I'm not worried. I know you'll be just fine. Be careful out there, okay? I'll be waiting for you.
Sierra, you should head to Omega 2. I'll take over ship management for the time being.
You can count on me! Oh, wait! Does that mean I'm going inside Omega? I'm not proud of it, but combat is not my thing!
Okay, I'll try to give you a form that will allow you to focus more on navigation. How about that, Sierra? Exactly what form it will be might depend on what kind of mood Omega's in, though.
I don't know about this. This isn't how I imagined my first field assignment was gonna go. Okay. I look forward to working with you.
Here's how this is gonna work. We'll approach the time-stopped black hole in the gateway ship. It'll be easier to send you over a shorter distance, so once you're ready, commandeer the gateway ship, okay? The world of Omega is what the Akashic records dream of. It's a jumbled up mishmash of all the records in the universe. The civilization and culture of Omega comes from random planets and eras logged in the Akashic records. It's a waking dream spawned from the collective memories of an entire universe, so you're bound to run into all sorts of crazy stuff. I know I'm the one who asked you to go, but stay on your toes, okay? And take care of things.
Surprised? I was surprised myself. I was speechless. At least I can always stay close to you in this form. Okay, I, Sierra, will be your humble navigator. Let's start by finding a place with lots of life sign readings. This is a pretty imposing place. What do they do here?
You there! What are you doing?
You don't look familiar. Are you one of the king's minions?
Your strange garb is unquestionably suspicious. Identify yourselves!
We come in peace.
The little one speaks. What is this creature?
What? I figured I'd look right at home like this. Oh, jeez. What do we do now? What's all the commotion?
Lady Harriet! My apologies for causing a stir. We found some suspicious figures skulking around. We were just about to apprehend them.
Suspicious figures? It's you!
Lady Harriet, no! Stay back. They're dangerous.
How are they dangerous? They are my guests.
Your guests. Even if that were true, this is hardly the time.
Varuna, I am most grateful for your consideration as my adjutant. However, I will be fine. Please allow me to handle this.
Yes, ma'am. Just call if you're in any trouble at all. I'll be right there.
Thank you, Varuna. Come, this way. This is my personal tent. No one will disturb us here. Do you remember me? You saved my life not long ago. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I am Harriet. I would ask you a somewhat impertinent question. Do you know of me? Of this land? In fact, do you know of this world at all? Yes, I thought as much. You wear foreign garb, you know nothing of us, and you wield overwhelming might. Truly, it is just as legend foretold. How long we have awaited you! What legend is this now? Well... Hey, that rumbling and stuff outside can't be anything good, can it?
Lady Harriet!
You may enter.
Sorcerers have arrived at the Royal Army camp. They appear to be preparing for a summoning.
They're going to summon a castrum demonica here, aren't they? Strike the enemy camp before the ritual is complete! Varuna, muster all troops!
Lady Harriet, that would be dangerous. I think we should retreat.
If we keep retreating, they'll corner us at our stronghold sooner or later. We would be finished. And I can hardly flee alone while everyone else is fighting.
Lady Harriet.
We'll launch a pinpoint blitz. Varuna, notify the troops immediately. My apologies. I must take the field. I will give you a full overview later, should I return alive. What's the plan? I sure do. Say no more. Let's go join Harriet.
Summoners! Prepare for Castrum Demonica summons! Crush the rebels who wreak havoc in our land! Stop the Castrum Demonica summons! Charge! There's just too many monsters! But we're this close! Oh man! Keep pushing! We're through! This is it! What? And Arx Demonica. You were one step too late! Come forth! Castrum Demonica! Stand strong! Stand!
A Castrum Demonica has been sighted. Monsters are swarming the area.
Castrum Demonica? There's no breaching, it's Arx Demonica! All forces, retreat! I will take command!
All forces have retreated. Lady Harriet, you should do the same.
No! I yet have a role to play!
Lady Harriet, you wouldn't.
Let the secrets of the Buster be made manifest!
Lady Harriet, no! You can't! You know that no one has ever been able to control the Buster Tower before.
Yet control it I must! It is the only way to destroy the Castrum Demonica's Arx Demonica! Please, heed my call. Banish the encroaching darkness! Am I not good enough? Is my soul not? close shave. You! Why are you here? You don't think we can just hide behind that? No! Basically, we can't just ignore someone in need. A member of ARCS? No! A guardian would never abandon someone! A guardian? Thank you! Well, maybe don't thank us just yet. Not even a guardian can go non-stop against an endless stream of enemies. The enemy forces seem to be driving Harriet's troops back. We have to breach that barrier and do something about that kooky castle. But that barrier is airtight. Breaking through is gonna be hard. Can we hold out long enough? The Buster Tower just stabilized! What is it, Harriet? There may be a way for us to break through the barrier after all. Allow me to place my faith in your might, the might of the Guardian. A grotesque castle suddenly appears, bearing down on the battlefield. And with it, the entire battle changes for the worse. The Arx Demonica was birthed by the abominable fortress known as the Castrum Demonica. Said fortress is said to possess an impenetrable defense. It cannot be escaped from or assaulted. Those who try are crushed. More horrible than the castrum itself are the monstrosities that issue from its maw, mercilessly pillaging and murdering. Clearly, there remains no choice but to flee. At least, that was how it should have been. Just then, a visitor appears from another world. The arrival of a savior bearing the light of hope, who cuts through the wicked foes, assailing the princess. And the Savior's strength will be etched into the annals of history forevermore. Our aim is to halt the enemy invasion as we destroy the opposing Arx Demonica and Castrum Demonica. Over there is the enemy encampment. Deep within stands the enormous Castrum Demonica. My soldiers have their hands full fighting off the monsters in the vicinity of the fortress. Eventually, try as they might, they will be overrun. The Castrum Demonica is the source of our foes. Should it remain standing, victory is unthinkable.
So we need to take down the Castrum Demonica in the middle of the enemy encampment? But what do we do about the Arx Demonica thing that's protecting it? That'll take some time to destroy.
We have a weapon for that purpose. I present to you the Buster Tower. The might of the Buster Tower can easily break through the defenses of the Arx Demonica. But my power is insufficient. I am incapable of managing such a weapon.
However, earlier it reacted to you. It should now be possible to unleash its full potential. The Buster Tower is now capable of launching a Buster Ram, the only thing that can destroy the Ark's Demonica.
The enemy is on the move! I don't think we have time to talk anymore! In summary, we use the Buster Tower to break the barrier. Then we smash the Castrum Demonica.
Yes, precisely as you say. A word of warning. If the Buster Tower is destroyed, it will mean defeat.
Okay, we're going into this blind, but let's give it a shot! I'll do my best to direct you. Good luck!
We are currently preparing a large-scale operation for all ArcSops to fight enemies in their local regions.
Destruction of Ark's Demonica confirmed. All that's left now is to destroy the Castrum. No sign of enemy activity. Take this chance to gather mana to summon a Buster Ram. Now, collect some mana from the surrounding area. Enemy forces have commenced their incursion. We need to focus on protecting the Buster Towers. We need to penetrate the Ark's Demonica and destroy the Castrum Demonica. The enemy forces have been put down. Now's our chance to summon the Buster Rams and destroy the Ark's Demonica barriers.
Great work! Now head on back!
On behalf of my people, thank you for your gracious assistance.
That's what I've been wondering. And what's up with the Buster Tower? Let's start with the Castrum Demonica that kept popping out enemies. Was it a bunch of rocks, or was it actually alive?
It is a castle and a living thing both. They are living fortresses that call forth endless waves of monsters. Thus, Castrum Demonica. They are foul wedges, driven into the world by way of large-scale conjurations.
Conjure... what now?
A type of magic that summons enslaved creatures from other realms. This may all be new to you, since you're both from another world. In this world, we have something called sorcery. It is a means by which one draws upon mana in the atmosphere to trigger supernatural phenomena.
It sounds comparable to what we know as photons and techniques. Maybe the reason it was so easy for me to analyze the Castrum Demonica and the Buster Tower was because they share similar roots.
Individuals can only harness so much mana alone. A person's sorcery prowess was generally limited to a fairly ordinary degree. That is, until these ephemera came along. Suddenly, seedlessly, ephemera, just the blossoms, began blooming all over the world decades prior. It came to light that the ephemera made extremely efficient catalysts for One land mastered bodily enhancement. A second used them as regents for mind control potions. Another solved the riddle of replication. And in my land, they discovered the art of conjuration. The Castrum Demonica is the apex of conjuration sorcery. Once its ephemera-consuming summon is complete, it wedges itself into the ground. It deploys a highly durable Arx Demonica barrier and summons endless monsters to intercept its foes. Even the Castrum itself is quite deadly. It has been said to be impossible for someone on a human level to breach and conquer these fortresses, no matter what sorcery they avail. Furthermore, the act of summoning one consumes all mana and ephemera in the area, leaving no way to counter-summon another Castrum Demonica to fight the first.
So basically, the first side to summon a Castrum Demonica always wins?
Just so. The face of war in this world has greatly changed since the advent of the Castrum Demonica. The Buster Tower conjuration is what was invented to counter it.
Ah! The thing you were using in the fight just now, right?
It is a siege weapon, designed to breach the Arx Demonica generated by the Castrum Demonica, drawing upon the mana in the atmosphere. However, it requires an enormous amount of mana to control. Without ephemera, it was beyond our ability to harness.
But our friend here could do it, and we were able to destroy the Castrum Demonica.
Power always comes at a price. Sorcery requires mana. Technology requires hard work. Wielding such inordinate power at no cost is by no means a good thing. All this unrest, the tension between the nations of our world, the coup in my kingdom, ephemera is the catalyst for it all. It's a fiendish flower whose nectar drives the world mad. Our aim is to eliminate it and restore peace to the land. No, the world.
World peace? Well, nobody could say you aren't aiming high. Not that I blame you. Harriet, would you be willing to let us have that flower? Channel your power into it. Channel photons, like you're holding a weapon. I knew it! Wait! You knew what, Harriet?
It is the legend I mentioned previously. A fairy tale widely known in our world since ancient times. It goes like this. When the realm is enshrouded in darkness, lament not, for a hero shall spring forth from otherworldly luminance, spirit guide in tow. The hero shall serve as a beacon and cross the path of light. They shall tread the path of the brave, shepherding all those who follow. In turn, those who take up arms shall guide wayward souls lost to darkness. Perilous is the path they tread, yet righteousness will prevail. Fear not our Savior, for by their hand shall light shine on blackest night, banishing the darkness forevermore. Visitor from another land, spoken of in legend. Or should I say guardian? Please, will you lend us your aid?
Gosh, the scope of all this just grew exponentially. In fact, are you sure you're okay with all this, Harriet? I get that there's a legend, but we're clearly not from this world. Do you really want to trust random strangers with something so important?
The legend alone, I would have taken with a grain of salt. But you have aided me in my time of need. And twice now you've come to my rescue. That is enough for me to trust you. More than enough. To fly to someone's aid without hesitation in a realm where you tread blindly, it's no small feat. I would trust you. With or without the legend.
That ephemeral flower just now, it disintegrated in reaction to photons. That's an F-factor mass. As members of ARCS, we consider those a problem. Besides, how can we say no when you're asking so nicely?
Thank you so much!
Well, we've gathered plenty of intel. How about we pop back to the ARC ship to deliver a report real quick?
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
It's even more of a mess than I feared.
You're right about that. All this talk of sorcery and summonings, it's all over the place. Crazy doesn't begin to describe it. For what it's worth, I don't think our world's history has any bearing on Omega. None of their attire or equipment is in my databanks.
There's a lot to process here, and it is rather jumbled, but we've gleaned two vital pieces of knowledge from this right off the bat. First, it's possible to return from Omega. Second, it's possible to send you into Omega.
The Akashic records are a mishmash of multiple time axes. That's why Omega's history is such a jumble. But that also works to our advantage.
You're the only one who can visit the world on the other side. But a parallel version of you from another time axis should help you out. I'll trust your judgment as far as what to do on site. Helping this Harriet girl should help you learn more about Omega. It's a solid choice for a guardian as well, of course.
So for the time being, our goal is to help Harriet out and destroy the Castrum Demonicas plaguing the countryside. We gotta run a full analysis of the Buster Tower for that. If we can emulate those, we might be able to produce our own facsimiles. Let's knock 'em dead out there! So that's why I made sure to fudge things on my end this time. Guardian or not, regular medical exams are not optional. Is that clear, Matoy?
Yes, ma'am.
This is no laughing matter. That goes for you too. Just because you're a guardian, that doesn't mean the rules don't apply to you.
You and the second are different guardians from Reggie and Mary. You have your own unique roles to play. I wonder what happened that led to that point.
Oh, that's easy. They've been fighting a grand battle against the Fall Spawn for a very long period of time. Of course, they started before I was born, so I haven't been watching them the whole time.
Hey, Sierra. Is there any way for us to look back at everywhere these two have been? I'd love to be able to see what happened on Arcs while I was gone. You know, just like you'd look over any other set of records. I'm afraid that's not...
Ha ha ha! Yes, there is a way.
There is?
Our friend here's experiences have been utterly invaluable, so of course I made a database out of them. That said, I haven't had a chance to organize it, and I can't be sure of their veracity unless our friend is here to help me.
Then come on, let's reminisce about your past together. It'll keep our info in order, and we'd all love to know what you've been through up till now, so I really think there's no downside here.
Guardian, thank you for your earlier assistance. I'm most grateful to you for saving Lady Harriet. It's not you I'm frustrated with. It's my own weakness. The only reason I couldn't assist Lady Harriet back there was because I was too feeble. I'm supposed to be Lady Harriet's adjutant. If only I were as strong as you, Guardian, she might be more willing to lean on me.
Hey, you're not thinking of using ephemera, are you? From what we've learned, Ephemera is awfully tempting, and we've heard very little about its side effects so far. Is everyone really okay with not using Ephemera at all in light of that?
No matter how fiercely we lament our weakness, none of us would dare to use Ephemera. There could be no greater betrayal of Lady Harriet's wishes. Ephemera twists the world, and it would be folly to say that no one questions that claim. But Lady Harriet strives for all our sakes. That much is undeniable. When she instigated this uprising to strike down Prime Minister Lutz, a man obsessed with personal gain, she did so purely for the people. She devotes herself tirelessly to the cause of righteousness, no matter how much harm it does to her mind and body. No. All of us have found a purpose for ourselves in supporting Lady Harriet in her quest. Guardian, I am truly grateful to you for rescuing her. But I am her adjutant. I'll be the one to protect her. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Talk about transparent! He's head over heels for Harriet! That was pretty educational, too. Everyone's more enthused about Harriet than about eliminating Ephemera. From what he's saying. He's so dashing and handsome, though. He must have grown up from an upstanding family with cultured siblings and all that.
It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing at all. I've lost my body and life once already. It exists as an offering to the people. It exists to be with them. So don't be afraid, Harriet. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. You caught me at a most embarrassing moment, didn't you? That's very sweet of you. But it is a fear I must never forget. A fear of conflict is what fuels my desire to bring it to a swift end, and it keeps me off the field. Thus, I must always keep that fear close to my heart, so that I do not act recklessly. But please don't tell anyone you saw me lose my composure. Ever. The people would worry.
Say, you've mostly spoken about your own land so far. There are others in this world too, right?
Yes, that's right. This continent is divided into 4 cardinal nations. This is the southern nation. Here lies the domain of Quento, a land of nature and magic. I am the second child of the late king of Quento. In the sense that I am royalty, yes, you are welcome to see me as one. But it is precisely because I am royalty that I must, on occasion, take up arms and fight. Prime Minister Lutz was drunk on the power and prosperity brought about by Ephemera when he launched his coup. Because of that, my father lost his life, and we were banished from the kingdom. Now Lutz calls himself king, and he forces the people to bear greater burdens than ever in the name of augmenting his forces. As members of the royal family, it falls to us to put an end to Lutz's tyranny. I cannot allow our land to become intoxicated by power and plunge headlong into a foolhardy war. I would like you to meet someone, so that we might discuss what comes next. I would like you to meet someone. The invitation Harriet extended to the Guardian led them on a journey to a city in southern Quinto. It was a location that was far removed from the events in the royal capital. The city was a remote little burg, unaffected by the fighting. It offered no sign at all of nearby conflict.
Ah, Lady Harriet! Welcome back!
We were all so frightened when we heard you'd come under attack. I'm so glad you're safe. Oh, you must be tired, Lady Harriet. I'll prepare rooms for you, Mr. Varuna, and your entourage.
It pains me to have worried you. But rest assured, there is no need to be concerned. These people have kept me quite safe. I must show my guests in. Please, as you were. Don't mind me. My apologies for all of the commotion. We are currently bound for the Quinto Revolutionary Army headquarters.
There's an awful lot of people here for a revolutionary army.
They are all people who could not bear the tyranny of the current pretender, Prime Minister Lutz.
Prime Minister Lutz's highest priorities are the collection of ephemera and the summoning of Castrum Demonicus using it. Castrum Demonicus are summoned without regard to where people live. One after another, it's becoming increasingly erratic.
Enslavement by technology is a pox upon the world. I am certain that ephemera is no different in that regard. The one I'd like you to meet is just inside. Coming in!
You know, normally you wait for someone to bid you enter before barging in. You defeat the purpose of knocking otherwise.
If I awaited your reply, brother, the whole day would be wasted.
And how many other sunsets have there been besides?
I know that voice!
Oh? Did you bring guests? Does that mean our time of reckoning is finally at hand?
What are you doing here?
Luther is indeed my name. Who are you to utter it so disrespectfully? Few people would react so strongly to my name and face. Few, except minions of Lutz, that is.
You are mistaken, Luther. This person saved me when I was being chased.
You simply accept that, Harriet. Couldn't there be a ploy on their part? To have you lead them right to our hideout.
Luther!
Yes, calm yourself. It's unbecoming for an heir to the throne to raise her voice so.
The same could be said of you, Luther.
I was stripped of my right to exceed, remember? Which leaves me with that much more liberty in terms of my thoughts, my deeds, and my research.
Oh, I get it. That is what Alma was talking about. The universe's memories are all jumbled up. Since this is the Akashic Records stream, anything is fair game. But still, I wasn't expecting Harriet's brother to be Luther of all people. There's crazy, and then there's crazy. What is it?
A fairy, just as the legend foretold. As for you, of course, you must be the otherworldly visitor spoken of in the self-same legend.
You can tell that?
I stand at the forefront of sorcery research. One look at your mana flow makes it clear you're not of this world. Besides, this is a land where summoning is a reality. I was the one to discover their mechanism. It would be irrational indeed if I refused to believe in the existence of other worlds. I must say, though, I'm impressed that you speak our language in that form and fly through the air. Legend or no, it's quite fascinating. How would you like to be a research subject?
Oh, geez! The more things change, the more they stay the same. Hey! Whoa! Help me!
I was quite serious, actually, and... oh dear. I can feel my sister glaring daggers at me. Right then, back on topic. Allow me to delve into the origin of our war and the state of our nation. It all started with this flower, ephemera. You've already heard about what it does, I trust.
Using ephemera as a catalyst makes works of sorcery far more potent than they would be otherwise.
This enabled the working of sorcerous miracles that would never have otherwise been possible under mundane limitations. Such strange flowers. They sprout up the world over, leaving no seeds. When their petals scatter, they fade away like morning fog. Some characterize them as gifts from on high, but in truth, they are quite the opposite. More of a deal with the devil, really. To wit, ephemera are demonic flowers that slowly erode the minds of those who use them, gradually driving the world mad.
What do you mean by erode minds?
Exactly what I said, Fairy. As one absorbs the mana given off by ephemera, their mind becomes increasingly eroded. It progresses slowly, unnoticeably, until finally, the user is no longer capable of distinguishing between sanity and madness. Then, they accept only those who are similarly afflicted. They cultivate an inescapable obsession with eliminating all others. Prime Minister Lutz is one such victim. He killed the king and usurped the throne. And you see what he is doing now.
This sounds an awful lot like F-Factor corruption. If the profound darkness is behind the rise of this ephemera, that would explain a lot. If continual use of ephemera results in people's minds being eroded, that's a huge threat. But how did you figure that out?
Well,
I was the one who devised the Castrum Demonica conjuration. I've allowed countless people to die after being driven mad by it.
but that's not fair! You were just working to advance the field of sorcery. You never meant to.
Excuses are cheap, Harriet. I have sacrificed many on the altar of my research. I am aware of my crimes, and why my right to succession was stripped away. And now, the very world is being eroded as a result of my research. That's a fact, plain and simple. Would you believe me if I said it was to advance the world? Somehow I doubt it. That's the true goal of my research. And really, isn't that reason enough to continue? All I did was watch as people became corrupted. I'm the craziest of them all. If not for Harriet, I'm sure I would have suffered the same fate as Lutz.
Granted, you are the one who created the Castrum Demonica, but you are also the one who crafted the Buster Tower conjuration to destroy it.
Yes, and we've seen what that's gotten me. A spot right at the top of Lutz's hit list. Collusion with enemy nations on the use of Castrum Demonicas, larceny, insurgent R&D. The list of trumped-up charges goes on, I'm sure.
Ephemera was first discovered decades before we were even born. Its effects were tremendous, but nothing world-changing. It was the Castrum Demonica conjuration that Luther discovered, which changed the face of war in our world. Every country summons Castrum Demonicas to their borders and has staring contests with their neighbors.
With no invasions, wars stay contained, and needless bloodshed is averted. By all appearances, it leads to a world at peace. Perhaps if one takes this at face value, the leaking of Castrum Demonica technology to other nations wasn't in vain. But that's only on the surface. It's merely one step on a slow path toward destruction.
Because ephemera drives people mad?
Yes, the Castrum Demonicas consume ephemera and scatter its corruption far and wide. We must ensure that they are destroyed. That is why I devised the Buster Tower. To be a counter-conjuration capable of destroying the Castrum Demonica's Arx Demonica. But handling one requires a large amount of mana, and more to the point, 0 ephemera. It's beyond any layperson's ability to handle. Neither Harriet nor I had the aptitude. Yet, you mastered it. Not only that, but you breached the Arx Demonica and destroyed the Castrum Demonica. What's more, you've even managed to replicate the Buster Tower summons through your own arts, and you can manage several simultaneously. If that doesn't qualify someone to be the savior, what does? They bloom by chance, conveniently happening to be a catalyst that improves summons. Coincidences that sweet simply don't exist. They're evil entities that distort the world and incite madness with every use. They must be driven extinct. The sooner, the better.
Luther.
I admit that him having Luther's face still throws me off, but he's being perfectly sensible about this. Ephemera, the flower that distorts the world. The flower that your photons disintegrate. We've tested it before, and these are crystallized F-factors. For all intents and purposes, they're part of the profound darkness. If it's the ephemera that caused the profound darkness to grow more active in this world, then we can't allow them to exist. It's sounding more and more like working with Harriet is the right call.